Hi, this is Malay and welcome to my channel. In today's video, let's deep dive and understand the XML actions in Power Automate Desktop. Now, before we use the XML actions, let us understand some basics of XML file structure and specifically the XPath expressions also, which will help us to know and use these actions easily. So let's go ahead. Now, this is the XML structure. In this scenario, I have a bookstore as the main parent tag, which is the element. This is the XML element. I have a couple of books, as you can see. Each of the book also has some title and author. Author also has the first name, last name. Each of the book also has a year and price. We have two books and each of the book also has different XML elements. Let me explain. The very first is the root XML element or a node. So we just have one bookstore, so that's our root XML element. After that, we have many XML elements. So book is an XML element, title, author is an XML element, first name is also an XML element. It's just that they are part of a parent XML element. Similarly, you see another book which is down below, that is also an XML element. Author, last name, year, price, they all are XML elements. Then we have the XML element attributes. So category and language, these are two XML attributes of XML book element. Similarly, you also have a currency as an XML attribute of price XML element. Then we have the element text or the element value. So as an example, 10.99 is the value of the price XML element. Similarly, Stephen Hawking, Stephen is a first name and Hawking as a last name, is the XML value of the respective element. So Stephen is the value of the first name element, Hawking is the value of the last name element. Similarly, 1960 and 1988 is the XML value of the year XML element. With this understanding, let's go ahead and understand how the XPath work. Now, what is an XPath? So XPath in a simple terminology helps to retrieve a value of a particular element within the XML tree structure hierarchy. Let's understand this with few scenarios and what XPath expression we need to use in order to get that value. First, if you want to retrieve all the books element, including the child elements under the bookstore element. So we are looking at retrieving all the books. The way we retrieve is /bookstore. We just have one bookstore /book. With this, we will be able to retrieve two books here in this case. If we want to retrieve the first book elements, including the child elements under the bookstore, in this case we will say /bookstore /book1. That will return only the first entire book element. If you want to retrieve the title of the first book, in this case we know that the title is under the book element, so we'll go with /bookstore, the parent, /book1, the first book, /title, because title is under the book and book is under the bookstore. Then retrieves a last name of the second book's author. In this case, we will go with bookstore /book2. We are looking at second book /author /last name. So last name is under the author, author is under the book, book is under the bookstore. Do remember that this is a case sensitive. If you misspell it or put the incorrect casing, there would be an error. If you want to retrieve the price of the second book, it will be bookstore /book2 and then directly the price, because price is under the book and book is under the bookstore. So with this basic understanding, let's deep dive and work with the XML actions. So let's drag and drop the very first action, read XML from a file. Now I do already have a same XML file stored in my C drive, which is bookstore.xml, we just saw in the presentation. Let me go ahead and read this XML file. Remove the quotation. And you can go with the system default encoding. I'm just going to go and keep the UTF-8 encoding, and the document that will be produced is XML document. I'm fine with this. Click on save. Let's hit run and let it read the XML file. Now the XML document is stored, and let's go and click more, and you can see the entire XML is now read, and the type is a text value, but as in the XML node, right? So now we have read the XML file into the XML document. Let's go ahead and use the execute XPath expression. As we saw in the presentation, we can get a specific value using the XPath expression. Let's go ahead and take the XML document, XPath query. Let's go and grab all the books. In our case, we have 2 books, so let's grab them. We'll be putting in /bookstore/book. Get the first value only. If you want to retrieve only the first value, you can select that. However, we are interested in getting both the books. Click on save. Click run. Let's wait for that to complete, and we have the XML path results. If you open this, we can see we have got both the books. If you click more, you will see that we have got book 1, and if you go back, this is book number 2. So you can see we have got both the books in the variable. Let's go and now get the XML element value. Again, the XML document gonna be same. Let's go and execute the XPath query. This time, let's grab the title of the book. So we will be retrieving the title of the first book and store it into the XML element value as the text. You can also use the other data type. If your value is a numeric, datetime, or a boolean, it will store in that format. Let's click on save. Let us see what do we have here. So that should return to kill a mockingbird, because that's our first book and we are looking for a title. Let's go and execute that. So we have the XPath element value, and you can see it is to kill a mockingbird, right? Now let's go and make a change into this expression, XPath expression, and let us retrieve the price of the second book. If we take a look at our XML, the price of the second book should be 15.00. Okay, let's go and execute this. So let's save, hit run, and we should have the value. So you can see 15 is populated into the XML element value. Let's go ahead and get the XML attribute value. In this case, let's go and pass on the XPath query again. So if we go back to our XML file, we have 2 attributes here, the category and a language for a book. So what that means is, let's say we would like to get the category of the first book. So we need to provide the XPath expression to reach to the first book first. So let's specify the XPath query. This way we reach to the first book, and then we need to just specify that we are looking for a category attribute. And again, we can go for a text, numeric, datetime, or boolean, depending on what is the value of the respective attribute. Click on save, click run. Let's wait for that to complete, and let's see we get the category. So category is fiction. As we just saw, it was a fiction. If we want to get the category of a second book, we just change the XPath expression, reach to that specific XML element, and specify that. Let's say we want to retrieve the currency of a price. So in this case, what we're going to be doing is, let's modify this, mention the price, and then we are looking at the currency attribute. So click on save, click run. Let's wait for that to complete. And then you see we have the USD as the currency, right? So that is how you can use and get the specific attribute value of an element. So in this part, I wanted to cover the introduction of an XML, XPath expression, and more of reading the XML value, getting the XML element attributes, and getting the element value itself. In the next video, we will take a look at how do we write back the XML and related actions, And then in the last video, we will also take a look at the remaining actions in the XML. I thank you so much for watching the video.